I'll steal it from you as needed.
All right, everybody, welcome to the new episode of Fun Time Good Show. We've got a pretty packed show today. I'm very excited. We have Poppy Xander in the studio today. You want to give a wave at the camera there? That's your camera. Hey, this. And we've also got DFW Cosplay Gallifrey back in studio today. So we're gonna be talking with them. Poppy's gonna be playing a little bit of music with her. I believe is this your son?
Chris Holmes.
Is this your son, Chris Holmes? Okay, perfect.
This is my buddy, Chris Holmes.
All right, we're going to get into it. Y'all are going to start off. What song are you going to start us off with today?
This song's called Sunny. I actually wrote it while I was at Bonnaroo. I met this guy, and he came up. Like, can I tell a little story?
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy comes in, and like, there's, overnight hundreds of thousands or 100,000 people have come into Bonnaroo, and we've set up a shop there. He's selling art. And this guy comes in, and he's got this, like, long, brown, curly hair and this, like, 30-year-old Hawaiian shirt on, and he's like, "Hey guys, I need some help. I can't find my tent and it's my birthday." And I was like, and he talked just like that. And I was like, "Oh, cool, come on in. I'm Poppy. This is Skelly." And he was like, Skelly's my man. He sells art, and so we were doing Bonnaroo. Anyway, so he's like, "Oh, I wish I had a cool name." I was like, "What would your name be, man?" And he goes, "Sunny, after my cat." So we call him, like, I'm like, "Okay, man." So we're talking like 45 minutes into our conversation about just madness. He's like, he like opens his eyes and he's like, "I think I mistook you guys for some people that were helping me." And I was like, "No, dude, it's still us and we're still here." But anyway, he showed up a couple times, and I thought he deserved a song. So this one's called Sunny.
All right, let's hear it. Sunny on Fun Time Good Show.
Poker this bitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sunny and sunny, long brown curls, your blue blouse shirt, and wonder where the hell you shot. Close like that, but you got no Tennessee, but Miami. Change of black, but pale face. He lit the dance at LBC, when he lit the dance at LBC. No idea where I've been. Got nothing but my name. I run a real fun game, and I always come out with more than I came. I always come out with more than I came. Sunny boy smoking, check my beer. He had it in from year to year, rambling on about how we got there. Looking for someone who's helping me for. Looking for someone who's helping me for. Dragged me up the back and rocked around. Scheduled the drugs and passed the ground. Telling all the fine folks lots of jokes. He said it was his birthday, got me jokes. He said it was his birthday, got me jokes. No idea where I've been. Got nothing but my name. I run a real fun game, and I always come out with more than I came. I always come out with more than I Sunny said the air, but he knew where to go. Follow me and we will get to the show. Saw a real fine girl and touch the elbow. No words for the take, just take a bite. No words for the take, just take a bite. And a minute later he's gone, and I'm still singing this song. Wondering how the man just vanished and he disappeared up in smoke. He disappeared up in smoke. And a minute later he was gone, and I'm still singing this song. Wondering how the man just vanished and he disappeared up in smoke. He disappeared up in smoke.
Very, very nice.
Hell yeah.
We loved it. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
So we're going to be coming back to talk to you guys in just a little bit. In the meantime, feel free to head over to the green room and enjoy some complimentary pot that we leave out for all the musical guests.
What? I missed it.
You're not a musical guest.
God damn it.
Do what?
Can I sit in the egg chair?
Yes, if you want to sit in the egg chair, it's perfectly fine. Or if y'all want to come back in and just sit in here while we interview, that's perfectly fine too.
We should be like.
Yeah, hey, come back in. It's a party in here. A polka party. All right, guys, so let's first start off with who we have. We're going to have to swing some of these cameras around. What? Look at that. Look. This one does not want to stay up. There we go. And, perfect. Matt, you're not on camera at all today. That's, we'll fix that.
That hurts.
Here.
That hurts my feelings.
That's okay. We got this guy for you. Yeah.
I dressed pretty today and everything.
Yeah, there we go. Now, see, everybody's on camera. We got it done. What is that pointing at?
I don't know.
Point that at him.
No, fine.
You ass. Colossal ass hat. All right, here we go.
We good?
Colossal.
Down, up.
That is a little to the left, sir. This is going to be great for the audio podcast. This is going to have... And up a little bit, please.
Yeah.
And balance it. It's all wiggy wonky. What's going on here?
Well, you know...
I feel like I'm watching Battlefield Earth. The shot is so canted. There we go. Perfect. How about a little bit to the left there? You're almost... Sorry, people at home in the audio podcast. When this goes up on iTunes, they're going to be like, this is so boring. A little bit to your left. Your left. There we go. That's good right there. Let's stop making it anywhere. All right, let's officially start this. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna declare here and now. This is the start of the interview. Okay.
Thank you.
Before that was the intro. That was the cold open. This is where the show really starts going downhill. If I have if I know my interviewing qualities, this is where you're gonna go. Why did we agree to do this at all? So let's start off. It's DFW Cosplay Gallifrey.
Yes.
James is going to be mainly talking here. There we go. As a representative now, you're the current president and founder
Yes.
of DFW Cosplay
Yes.
Gallifrey. You go under the comic name Glitchmatic.
Yes.
Very nice. You've been doing it since 2009. So
Yes.
Tell us a little bit how you got your start.
Well, you know what? I'd actually got some pirated copies of Doctor Who, and I decided that. Actually, to be honest, I've been cosplaying for a long time. I waited for every Halloween, and I always had the bomb-ass costume every Halloween. So,
That's true. I guess we're all a little bit of cosplayers.
That's true.
yeah. The main difference between a cosplayer and a Halloween addict is, one convention. I think, first one's free.
Your stock, yeah. So tell us what is for the people that don't know, what is cosplaying?
For
the people that somehow can't also go on Wikipedia while watching this internet broadcast.
Right. Luckily, I did. Anyway, it started in 1957, right? And in 1957 there were tons of sci-fi programs, not all good.
Yeah, July 18th, 203 Central.
It's recorded at the first. I went on Wikipedia, so it's recorded. The first cosplay that they saw was at a sci-fi convention in California. I think it was Malibu, and it was two players who had dressed up from a Gordon R. Dixon novel. They'd made from a novel,
right,
no pictures, but they were walking around, and then after that, it was all over the place. Well, it wasn't all over the place at first. We didn't have too many shows, and making a costume was really expensive. But there were always Star Trek cosplayers. And then, the early stuff is really interesting because one, it was all, you didn't have a VCR. You couldn't stop it.
But it doesn't count as cosplay of, like, let's say I were to put on a Star Trek uniform and then go to Universal Studios and get in front of the cameras and act, and my name was, William Shatner. For some reason, that doesn't count. It's acting, right? No. That's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
How does cosplay differ from just local acting, or what do they call it? Street acting?
Yeah.
Performance, live performance art. Yeah.
You go and you for different people it's different things, but for me I commit to the character. I am that character when I'm in it. When I'm walking around a convention, if there's a child that runs up to me, I make sure that I'm in character. I am that character. When I'm the doctor, I am the doctor.
Which doctor do you do more than any of the
others? Well, lately I've been doing this one, which is I haven't graded up my hair enough or graded at all. I'm doing the War Doctor from the 50th anniversary.
Okay.
Are you watching lately? I don't know.
No, with this season we made it a point where me and my girl we're big fans, but we can't ever seem to find the time to watch together. It's one of those shows that we agree to watch together because the other person would spoil it for us if we didn't. So I haven't yet got to see the new Doctor. No.
Well, he's amazing.
Is
he? Amazing? Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
It's all TV. It's all DVR, TiVo, whatever it's called now.
So what was your question again? I'm trying to remember.
Because you do another Doctor too.
I first did the fourth Doctor because I dressed up. I did David Tennant, the 10th Doctor once, but I don't got that look. You know what I mean? But then I put the fourth Doctor costume on, and just to be honest with you, women were all over me. I mean, not really, but anyway. I got more. We call it fan. I call it fan glomp. That's when a woman runs up and hugs you and doesn't even know you because she sees
I
you.
wonder what that's like. I've never had it with this show.
Cosplay.
So,
Yeah. I get more fan glomp as the fourth Doctor than you can possibly imagine. I think I'm too old in this because I don't get any fan glomp in this, but I like it more.
Stick with the ones that get you the action.
Yeah.
Trust me, that's always the one to go with. And so, who are the two lovely ladies here with you today?
Me? Oh, no,
The lovely ladies.
Sorry,
These two,
not the pussies.
absolutely wonderful and beautiful women are two very important people in my organization, and they also have their own organization. They are Ashley Nicole Haynes, right? And I want to say Megan Nichols, but I think she's going by Meg. And Ashley here doesn't have a cosplay handle, but I think it should be Cinder.
Cinder, huh?
Cinder.
Like the old Killer Instinct video game?
As in.
That's quite a reference right there.
Are you gonna say it?
Say it. Do
You have
know?
to.
Cinder of Twilight.
From Spyro.
It's from Spyro.
Retro.
Oh,
Retro.
okay. That
Yeah.
makes a little more
PS1
sense.
original.
You could be Cinderella. Seeing through this
I don't think that works.
Disney princess cosplayers are crazy. They're great and they're beautiful, but they go all
They're
out.
crazy.
They go
different
all
ways.
out.
Let me just put it this way: they're great in bed, so you know they're.
Heyo.
So tell us a little bit, Meg. Let's start with Meg. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here. We've got your bio up here, but let's let you explain it first, and then anything you forget about yourself, I'll fill in.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
I'm glad you're there for me. I appreciate that.
So how did you get into cosplay?
Actually, I had a friend, a very, 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 like when I first, well, I'm from Modesto, California. I moved here about 5 years ago.
That's right.
Yes. Oh, thank
Correct.
you. Did I get it right? Am I passing? Thank you. I met a girl who liked a lot of the same stuff as I did, and I write and she wrote, and she was like, "Oh, hey, you know that they have like conventions and stuff that you can go to, right?" And I'm like, "What is a convention?" I'm like, "What does that mean to I don't know." And she was like, "Oh, they have writing conventions, sci-fi conventions, anime conventions." And I'm like, "What is this and why have I not been to one yet?" And she kind of told me about these things, but then she moved and then I never saw her again. So then that kind of died a little bit. But then I got together with my cousin who's sitting right next to me.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
related. I thought they were twins.
Actually, we've heard that before. So,
Oh, really?
yes.
We get asked if we're
sisters,
sisters
yeah.
a lot.
But
Oh,
people
yeah.
ask Matt and I if we're brothers all the time, and I'm like, do I
see
look like
it.
I
I
do that
see
much
it.
meth?
I see it.
I so see it.
I don't think I do that much meth.
I'll share some with you later.
You're a little gaunt. I've got no ears from the fat that's pushing my ears back.
Yeah, but anyways, Ashley and I came together, and I kind of told her a little bit about it, and she pretty much had the same reaction as I did. And so we're gamers. So we originally picked characters from a video game. We did Legend of Zelda. I love
One
Zelda.
of the best.
Oh,
Hyrule,
yes.
Hyrule Warriors coming out.
Oh my
next
gosh,
Friday.
yes, I'm
Very
very aware.
excited about
that.
Yeah. Yeah, so we made our very first cosplays. She did Dark Link and I did Link from scratch.
Oh, wow.
Twilight Princess style.
Yeah.
for
Oh my
anyone that wants to
gosh. So much blood, sweat, and tears. Oh my gosh.
much.
You know, I've
Oh
still
my
never
gosh.
seen a Tingle. And you would think that would be a character that would be out there. Like somebody. I've got the belly for it. I think this year I'm going to go as Tingle.
You know what?
You
Go
should.
for it.
Because I
Go
can't
for
believe
it.
nobody else is. I've never seen that. It seems so weird.
Live the dream, man.
I got to be true to myself. I'm going to have a big balloon coming off of me too, and I'll walk around.
do it.
You know what? That's a good. I think
Do
I
it.
really will do Tingle this year.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool.
I'm excited.
You got to take a picture and post it on.
Yeah.
No pictures.
Oh no.
No, I'll wear,
no.
I'll do Tingle.
No.
But I'll put a big blanket over me, and I'll walk around like that at the convention. So people are like,
Okay, we're gonna
People
have
are
to have
gonna
a little
get pictures
chat
anyway.
about that.
no, we'll definitely. I'll do that. That'll be
Yeah.
great for the show.
Yeah, you will, and it will.
Matt, we'll find you something you can do as well. You can be a shy guy from Mario Brothers 2.
Appreciate that. Hey, I got a question since the attention's on me now. No disrespect if this question is terrible, but I come from a wrestling background when I was a child. What is the relation to that? I mean, I dressed up, I did all that kind of stuff, face paint and all that kind of thing. What's the relation to that in cosplay?
Would it be that they're already established characters,
Yeah,
whereas you
we're
were just
we're
making up
pretending-
your own
yeah.
crazy?
No, I was dressed like Sting or Hulk
Oh,
Hogan.
okay. Well, then to me, that's
I mean, it's similar. It's just that we walk around and we try to stay in character for like hours. I mean, mostly. I mean, I do.
Right.
It's different things to different people. I mean, but we stay in character for hours. We're always available. It's sort of like we're an accessory to all the cool things that are going on at a con, right?
Oh, okay.
And some people go just for cosplay. I mean, that's one
Yeah.
of the cool things. They just go for cosplay. They do other things, but.
Right.
It's an accessory. You can say, look, I photographed with one of my favorite characters,
Oh, I
and,
gotcha.
yeah.
I think that another thing that is the lure of cosplay is the work that you put into it. And you have something called screen accurate.
Oh, yeah.
And which basically means that if you're doing a cosplay of somebody who is like a Doctor Who character, screen accurate would technically be you have the same brand, the same style,
Right.
the same color of what they're wearing.
Interesting enough, 'cause-
And not only that, like a video game character, a lot of people do video game characters, and the huge thing right now is armor. Like creating your own armor and all of that. And
I saw somebody
it's the amount of
last year
work.
do an 8-bit Mario where they actually cut like pixels, like
Yes.
giant,
Yes.
and then glued it on their body, and it looked
Yes.
amazing. It
Yes.
was so cool.
And I think that the work that you put into it to take it to a convention and show it off and have other people who do the same thing appreciate the amount of work that you put into it. If you're their favorite video game character, an original, something that a lot of people do, you feed off each other
Right.
and get ideas, and it's all craftsmanship and the joy
And
of
that's
creating.
the very first time I went to a convention, I guess it would be 4 or 5 years ago, I guess, when we first met James. I just thought, I guess it's kind of weird people dress up in costume. But then I started to realize, like, but when you spend a year, $3,000 putting together a costume, you're not joking around, but that is something you're really investing yourself in. And other people who have done the same thing really respect that. And there's a guy named Garrett who's always there, and he did Mega Man this year, and he's always amazing. And I'll just see him throughout the entire year putting together costumes, and you show up and you're like, wow, that looks like something I'd see in a movie. I mean, it's that good. And you realize, like, it really is a matter of pride. It's not just kind of something throwing on for fun. I mean, people are working to impress other people as well.
And a lot of people, especially young people, like I'll shout out for Peyton Schmall. She has Schmall Cosplay on Facebook. People like her want to do costume designing as a profession, and this is kind of a doorway into that, to show what you can create, your own creativity as far as like if they have a monster or something that they have sketched up and they want you to create this, what are you going to use and what are your skills and what are your abilities to create that. And some people will do like 10-20 cosplays in a year that they spend 70 plus hours on each one, and just that's their life, is just cosplay.
I'm just wondering now if
that's
Stan
incredible.
Winston was a cosplayer before he got into movie special effects. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Just I wonder that.
If not, it would definitely be something right up his alley.
Yeah. What's some of the best costumes y'all seen over the years?
I've included some photos. Peyton's recently Legend of Zelda. What is it? Ultimate Link or
The
something like
magic.
It's magic armor.
that? Magic Armor Link. It's under Peyton.
Okay.
is amazing. I've seen a heck of a lot of really nice stuff. I mean, Peyton's.
Oh wow, here we go. Yeah, let's.
The
let's
Magic
get
Armor
this
Link.
up.
That's her definitely. If you lay that over us, I mean, she's just on fire. Really, she is.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, she makes me feel old, and I am old.
Let's take a look through some of these for Peyton here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Where's your jacket today, James?
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
Yeah, but I
and,
understand.
I will totally put it on.
Doctor, very nice.
There it is. Oh no, one more. Yeah, there's her
Wow.
Magic Armor Link. Oh my
That's
God,
incredibly impressive.
It's pretty amazing. She's just amazing. We're lucky to have her. We really are. And that shout out is for her
Wow.
because she's working like a dog for Fan Days coming up.
It's pretty impressive.
And she gets to be up on stage and stuff next to Peter Weller and all that kind of stuff. You know, she's bad. She's
How
badass.
long do y'all usually spend on costumes?
Well, it depends. Tracy couldn't be here. Here's Tracy's shout out. Tracy, spends months at a time working on just her River Song stuff and her Dalek dresses, and we're I just had a friend help me cut a box for me for this prop, and I've got to get 3D printing done on it and stuff like that. It's going to cost at least $500 to maybe $600, but gonna get it,
Right.
These people spend more on a costume they wear for like 3 days out of the year than I spend on my entire wardrobe. I've got my one pair of boxers that I wear, and then and then I've got the
Don't let him lie to you. He doesn't wear boxers.
One.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely try to move working into my wardrobe. I mean, there's nothing I don't buy that I can't use in my wardrobe. But yeah, there are a couple of frock coats and things like that, 18th century, that don't really, make it into rotation.
No, not quite.
Is this you as Hartnell? Or
Yeah,
who is
that is. Oh God, that's me.
Still one of my favorite doctors. Actually, I'm a big fan of the first.
The great thing about that is I actually I wasn't thin enough for that, but I'm gonna find a guy, and when we need doctors, I go, here's the costume closet, put it on,
So do y'all provide, or how does that work? If somebody wanted to, because I think we talked about this before, you have a website.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the website and
Well,
what it
one of the
does.
things we're trying to do is I'm working in conjunction with a bunch of other cosplay organizations. I mean, really, I'm talking at least guys in Tulsa and California and things like that, and in New York. And we're trying to create a system where I'm calling it the Matrix at present, but we're trying to create a system, and we're going to establish and kind of stabilize Doctor Who cosplay under one banner and sort of with sort of standards that are kind of universal. I mean, we're not trying to be too haughty, but we want to help. Also, we want to help other cosplayers. I mean, at present, and the great thing about our group is when we do Doctor Who, we don't just do Doctor Who. We find out what people want to do, and I point them to the right direction. I point them to, hey, I've got about 6 to 7 seamstresses and tailors on my group, and I've got prop makers.
But you also list like what the actual product is. Like if they wanted to go buy the exact jacket for
Yes.
the Ninth Doctor, they could go on your website and see the brand and what that cut is, or for the people that don't want to spend that much, you say
Yes.
they can also go on there and check out.
There's alternatives.
I think that's pretty
Definitely.
cool.
And that is being worked together with. I'm going to go ahead and say their names. A guy his name is Alex Bagosi, and then there's, of course, as we've mentioned before to you, a guy named Bob Mitch, who's in California, who is by far the single best Doctor Who cosplayer
Let's
ever.
give a little shout out to Bob Mitch.
Bob
We've
Mitch
talked
in
about him
California. He has every Doctor Who costume. He wears every Doctor Who costume, and he's as far as I'm concerned, there's cosplay before Bob Mitch and cosplay after Bob Mitch. So Doctor Who cosplay before and after Bob Mitch. He is amazing. He's my so many people I meet go, Bob Mitch, yeah, Bob Mitch, and then they say he's our mentor. He's our unknown mentor, and he's just a great guy. I mean, he put down the first list standards, as we call them, of what a Hartnell looks like, or what you can use for a Hartnell, what you can substitute for a Hartnell, etc. Things like that.
See, that's right. So it's almost like a recipe book in a
Yeah.
way of, if you want to do this character, here's the pieces you need to get together.
And that's what, by the way, helped me. I mean, because as a cosplayer, you just kind of go in blind. I mean, really, there's like a newbie stage, and I hate that word, but there's a newbie stage where some cosplayers don't help you at all. They just, they're like, ew, it's competition.
Yeah.
It's pure and simple, and they're all out. There's different types, but I'm writing something about the 8 different types. Disney princesses is one of them.
My favorite type is the slutty version of the characters.
Oh yeah, well,
just like Halloween rolls around for no reason. A cat should not be sexy, but if you want to go as a sexy cat, I have no problem with that. And I feel the same way about cosplay. It's like, yeah, that magical armor Link is good, but I could have seen a lot more boobs than that. I'm sure that's a very minority. I'm sure most males don't feel like that.
All 15-year-old boys like you.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us the most difficult part about is it picking the character? Is it assembling the wardrobe? What's the hardest part about cosplaying?
I think it's just trying to figure out if it's like a video game character. The hardest part for me is when you go to the fabric shop, you have no idea what realistically this fabric is supposed to be. And the trial of trying to find something that looks like it can be difficult and very time consuming sometimes.
Yeah, I remember when I went as Harry Potter a year ago. I did Harry Potter covered in the invisibility cloak.
Oh, wow.
And it was really easy. I simply just didn't go to the thing, and I just take pictures of me. But I was like, man, finding that material was really hard because
You're ahead of your
I don't know.
time.
Yeah.
You're ahead of your time.
When it's the Invisible Man the year before that, yeah, it was really easy. It's a lot cheaper. It's easy on the pocketbooks, too.
You're
I'll
like
tell you
Kevin
that
Bacon,
way.
Invisible Man next year.
Yeah,
right?
that is a Hollow Man. So, yeah, very specific on that one. Then I went to Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Invisible Man, 2 totally different characters. See,
Of course.
from the
Oh,
original
gotcha.
back. What's the most rewarding part about?
Finishing it.
Well,
Finishing it.
I mean, no, I can understand that because when we're done with the show, pulling off the recording and going there, we did a well, I wouldn't say good show. What do we always do? A show. So whenever we finish,
We did
A
a show.
show.
it's like good. That's over for another week. We
Don't have to deal with Dell. 7 more days.
I'm going to say this. I don't know if Meg agrees with me or I live off the energy of other cosplayers.
Well, that's what I would
because,
actually go into after that, because the first step is finishing it. And when you finish it and you actually do the very last piece, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm finally done. This is amazing. And then the second part of that would be going to wherever the heck you're going to go
and it is so rewarding that you at least do a good enough job for people to recognize you. That makes me feel like, wow, I did a good enough job that this person knows who I am, or these people know who I am. And if somebody wants to take my picture, that makes me feel honored that they want to take my picture. I'm like, really?
I guess
I'm
so.
just a girl that lives in Rockwall, Texas, that I do this as my hobby.
Rubbing it, looking
I mean,
great.
that's all I do. It's really, big deal. And so but yet I go to this con and they're like, oh man, can I take your picture? And I'm like, seriously? Okay, yeah.
I have people do that to me, but they say I have a very child molester face and they want to put it out.
You gotta watch,
to warn people.
yeah.
So it's a different reason. Yeah, exactly. But that's got to be very rewarding to have, I guess, the general public, I guess you call it, just appreciate the work you do.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Sex offender. That was what you were trying to
Right.
say.
Yes, that's
Oh, I couldn't put my thumb on it.
I went as that last year, and all I did was just go as myself.
Just little cards, knock on doors.
Yes.
Hello.
Walking around with, what's his name, Chris Hannity? Just had him interviewing
Hanson.
himself all the time. Hanson is
Hello.
Why don't you have a seat?
You want some candy?
Well, I tell you what, guys. In a minute, we're going to be coming up, to Poppy Xander in a minute. Y'all obviously welcome to stick around and listen to her. She's very talented. Is there
You don't have
anything
a
else?
choice. You're kind of stuck back there. So
Wow, I'm trapped.
Definitely, we got some things coming up, and
Yeah,
I
I'd
hope
like to
people
talk
will look
about
for us. We're going to be at Fan Days, and we're going to have all the doctors at Fan Days, everyone, a complete lineup, which we've never, ever had, ever.
Oh, yes.
And we are, there's 2 events coming up. One in November, which is something called Gallifrey City, which I'm on the board for, and I'm going to bring other people in too. We'll see if that's a kind of a celebration. It's the continued Doctor Who time frame for the anniversary would be the 51st, but they don't celebrate odd numbers and things like that. Yeah,
I
but
do.
After that, okay. After that, Who Fest 2 is coming up, and I'm going to give them shout outs. James Mahafferty, Tim, I can't remember his name.
Looking
Tim
for
Miller.
that. Look at
Yeah.
the shirt right here.
Yeah. Who
I
Fest 2 is
missed it
coming
this
up.
year. We bought 2 tickets, and then we got busy that weekend and couldn't make
Oh,
it.
you
We were
missed
the hell of
so
a part.
You missed the hell of a
angry.
part.
That's what I mean. I was.
That hurt
we were
my heart.
So angry.
That hurt.
Well, at least we got our T-shirts. They were nice. About 3 months later, we get a package in the mail from Who Fest, and we're like, "Oh my God, we missed it!" And we opened up, and the shirts were in there, and we were so we're going this year.
Good.
Yeah.
We're clearing that whole weekend out.
Good.
We're not going to tell anybody what we're doing.
So the big plan is, and the big news is that they've got Colin Baker coming. So the 6th Doctor's coming. So now it's officially big, and we're looking forward to that. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. We're gonna try to keep hitting the highs.
Tell us a little bit. You're a published author.
Yeah,
Are you not?
yeah,
Tell us a little bit about your day job as well, because I find this fascinating.
Well, I'm a teacher. I teach at Richland College, and I teach at Collin College. And
Do you ever go in as the Doctor?
Yeah, on Halloween.
Oh, see,
every
that's
year.
so epic.
Every year.
That's awesome.
So
year.
epic.
And they don't know who I am, but anyway.
You
But I
teach
go
them.
in. I try to
What do you
make.
teach?
I teach English,
Okay.
which is writing.
See, and he's an English doctor. I don't
yeah.
understand. That should be part of the curriculum. Is
Well,
go and watch
you know-
every episode of the Doctor, write a
Really
report on each episode, and then come
Well,
back in.
They
I'm
take
working
all
on
year.
I'm working on something where I'm going to be teaching a Doctor Who class, which is
Oh,
actually
that's great, yeah.
which will combine history / and literature at least. And I try to use pop culture every day in my it's getting harder. It's getting harder. Most kids don't know what Star Wars is 4, 5, and 6.
That's insane to me.
Unless
Matt
they've
has
seen
never
it.
seen Star Wars.
See, and most of them know it through Blue Harvest, the Family Guy thing, which is really sad.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Oh, Family
I haven't
Guy.
seen it.
No,
you know.
to me, I call that the Weird Al effect because
Yeah.
I rarely listen to music. I'm so, even as a musician, I'm so bad about listening to music. Like seriously, to listen to music, somebody has to come up to me and be like, "Here is a CD that I think you will like. I'm your friend who you respect, and I'm telling you to listen
he's
to
such
just
a
this."
liar. Ask it. Have you listened to that CD?
The
ever?
Face Fuck CD? Yes, I have. As a matter of fact,
That's not mine, but okay.
Well, that's what he gave me. Was
Right.
the Dell's Face Fuck CD. And it was like, here's some music you're gonna like. So, but I love Weird Al. So what's funny is I'll know all the Weird Al songs, and then when I hear the real one, like out in public on the radio or something like that, like we were at Oddball Fest the other day, and they were playing Fancy, and I'm like, I'm so handy. Oh wait, this isn't the Weird Al song. And so that's got to be weird to see the Blue Harvest and know all the jokes and the references. And gosh, to go back and watch Star Wars after knowing that has got to be a weird effect.
Well, the good thing is when 7 comes out, they'll have to, won't they? They won't know who those characters are.
I hope so. You can miss episode 1. Maybe you can watch 2 or 3.
You can
4,
miss
5, and
1,
6
2, and
you need to
3.
watch. Yeah, honestly,
4, 5, 6, and hopefully 7.
are the ones I'm hoping for. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. We're going to take a little break from you guys. We're going to swatch over to Poppy Xander. They're going to, her and her Chris, what was the last name again? Holmes.
Like John.
Buddy. We're gonna let them play another song. But real fast, Matt, I want to talk to you about Oddball Fest.
Oh, we shall.
How did you feel about that? Well, I'm setting up the cameras. I want you to talk about that a little.
You're going to be able to make it over here to set up the cameras? Yes.
Yeah.
Oddball Fest was Friday. It was fantastic. It was a big comedy festival thing at Starplex. I call it Starplex. I refuse to call it
Starplex. I'm not. No kidding.
That place outside that Dallas has that they've renamed 20 times. Louis C.K. was the headliner, and he was fantastic. There's like 20,000 people out there. Everybody's laughing, having a grand old time. Hannibal Buress had some fire and some burlesque dancers on the stage, which was lovely.
Yeah. Oh no, he killed it.
I regretted eating hot dogs. Oh, that's a nice technique.
Yeah.
That's how you do
Destruction.
it. Yeah. And Dell's buying a new camera for the studio. Sarah Silverman was there. She wandered out in the audience, sat on some laps. That was sweet. Then she stood on her soapbox for a little while about God and such things.
Lisa Cummings talked about squirting. Whitney Cummings talked about squirting for about 20 solid minutes of her material. Like you said, Hannibal Buress just killed. I mean, he crushed it. He owned the stage. He was great. And then Louis C.K. was just amazing. I mean, he really. We were talking about this, that he dominates the stage. He treats it like it's about a 100-person club.
Yep.
But he carried it completely. I mean, he involved the audience. People were.
I know, to keep Dallas drunk-ites in check for 45 minutes is pretty impressive.
The only thing that was bad was the DJ who played during the intermission. Horrible. It would be like, all right, let's play some music. Here, I'm going to try to do an impression. Oh, never mind. I don't feel like doing this. But it'd be like, so then he'd turn and be like, who here's here to see Louis C.K.? And people would be like, yeah. He'd be like, he turned up the music for like 3 seconds. They'd be like, turn back down. Who's here to see Whitney Cummings? And we're like, dude, you don't have to jerk the music.
I bought tickets. I know who's on the bill.
And you don't have to jerk the music all the way off to all the way full blast every 6 seconds. It was annoying. Then he would start songs and switch over to another song, but he wouldn't like fade between or do anything. It was like really a guy just like clicking on songs is what it felt like. Just on, on a the what do you call it, Media Master or whatever this Windows Media Player. See, I got to look at it and see what it's called. But other than that, man, it was delightful. Clint Worth was out there.
Yeah, Clint.
And we got there a little late to see it, but I heard that he did an amazing job and he crushed it. So
that's what the people say. All I have to say though to Dallas people is, can we please stop singing to Bon Jovi? It hurts my feelings.
You didn't like Living on a Prayer when 20,000 people were singing Living on a Prayer together?
I didn't. No, it hurt.
So do you have a particular joke that you liked from the event?
Well, the second half is kind of a blur for me. I may or may not have eaten drugs
right
during the time. So I don't remember the second half so
I gotta
much.
say Jeff Ross for me was one of the
Hannibal Buress.
Oh, the song, the gibberish rap,
Yeah.
that was pretty good too. So if you haven't heard, go online and look up Hannibal Buress gibberish rap. It's amazing. I hope there's a music video for it, but I know that it's recorded. Well, I'll tell you what. And on the musical note, let's switch over. Matt, would you kind of bring this camera over so we can catch Chris over there? I don't want him left out. Bring it more towards you. Yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and just get it going there. More, I believe it. Once again, great audio for the people at home listening to the podcast, the audio only. Go ahead and lift it up now and pan it to the right.
Am I right or you right?
The camera's right.
Oh, okay.
It's like stage left, so you always go with the camera. All right, swing the whole camera a little bit to the right. Boom. Once again, killer audio. This has just got to be when you're listening to the podcast.
Dude,
all right, we are ready to go. Now, Poppy, what's this song called?
This is Time.
This time, go ahead and get a little closer to the mic. I was able to.
All right.
I was able to fix this. Yeah, feel free to get on that a little bit more. Get up on that like it's a big old black penis that you like so much.
Oh man, that's rough.
That is rough.
It is rough. It's rough, man. Yeah,
So
I'm
tell
on
us,
it.
Tell us a little bit about this song.
This is called Time. It's on my album that came out in June. Snake in the Grass.
Watch out for snakes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Watch out for snakes; they'll get you. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like a jam song.
All right.
So.
Well, let's jam it out.
Yeah, let's jam it out. Space Jam.
Space Jam. That's a good reference.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Hold on. Let me find a picture of Space Jam I can put up because
yeah.
that feels right now. Let's see, Google image search, enhance, Space Jam logo.
When's that Space Jam 2 coming?
I would kill for a Space Jam 2 movie. I'm one of the few people who like love the movie. It's a horrible movie, but I love it.
The Space Jam website is still.
It's still up and active, and it looks like one of the first websites ever made. It really does. So, all right. Well, let's take it off. You're on Fun Time Good Show, Poppy Xander.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Well, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! I was like, I hope that's the ending and not the intermission. That's gonna be really weird. That was once again. Well, I'll tell you what. Chris, why don't you hop on a mic over here for just a second, and
Oh, sweet, man.
if you want to be interviewed, if
Yeah. Let's interview this.
Not say much. I'm really nervous.
Can we do these two?
Yeah, do those.
yeah, just join them over there.
Sit on the orange chair.
Yeah, it was very. I always thought it was very professional looking with your cord and your phone right there beside you.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
I was like, excellent. Again, we've hit that bar that we were trying to attain. All right, so tell us a little bit about the band.
Chris and I have been playing for like, I don't know.
5 years.
5 years? No, like what? 2 months? A couple
Months?
months, maybe 2 months. I remember meeting him over at.
We want to get on those mics a little more. Feel free to get that in there.
Okay.
Chris, like the big black penises you like, just get right on the. There you go.
Oh, wait, hang on.
There's a
okay.
theme today.
Sorry,
on the show.
audio.
Sorry, ladies, if we're being a little crass, but it's the internet. We've got to compete against pornography at this point. So
It's long, but it's not very girthy.
okay, perfect.
Long and
Very
messy.
awkwardly shaped
Yeah.
white penis.
We were hanging out and like I don't even know, like I didn't even know my alphabet at this point, like at the night of the morning actually it was, and like Chris shows up with like a snare drum, and you know
I
we're
remember
hanging
this.
out. Who else was there? Was Mike Klaus there, and like Ben was there,
Probably.
and we started playing. Just I don't even know. I have no idea, but it was like 30 minutes of snare drum and just. They're like, you don't know this jazz tune? I was like, oh shit. jazz tune, this jazz guy.
Oh yeah, old jazz tune by Herbie Hancock. Yeah, I know that one. Jazzy Jazz.
But yeah, so yeah, and then I just decided, you know, after doing the solo album, you know, I really want to do something like roots oriented, you know, and just, you know, not try and do big production, not auto tune, not do anything, you know, just do a solo production. So I recorded the album at Palmyra Studios in Palmer, Texas, with Sam Damask and Pappy Middleton, and just did it solo in 3 days, knocked it out in 36 hours, and recorded all the keys, recorded all the vocals, and any of the other parts. But then, you know, after that, I decided to, it just came out in June, and it has a 12-page booklet in there. You can get it on my site.
It does. Here, I'll verify that for the people at home.
And I did that painting too, and all the artwork on it. It was really an incredible experience.
Now here's where I feel cheated. It's the same art as the cover.
Yeah, but you can open it inside.
Yeah, but see, this I don't know. I
It's
feel
like
cheated.
a-
I
it's
feel
like
like
a
here's
dust
a spot
cover.
where there should have been something different,
It's the
and
dust
it's just
cover.
a duplication.
It should have like a little about the author.
Yeah, maybe that's what it should be.
Like
Is.
a dust
picture of
jacket.
Dell.
Or it could just be, it could just be a cover of the Thriller album. You pull it out and you're like, oh, Thriller, I like that album. Has nothing to do with the. Oh yeah, I like this album. This is a good album. Yeah, a picture of me. See, that's what it should be. Each person should slide it out, and it's a picture of themselves. We're like, how did they do that? That'd be awesome.
Amazing. It's like, yeah.
So here we go.
Let's
Take a
get
look
on
at
that.
some of it. So you did all the artwork as well.
Did all the artwork, did all the lyrics. I mean, did all the producing for the whole thing.
This is
arranged
why the
everything.
unemployment rate is so high, because Poppy has to do everything. She can't outsource any of it.
Well, that's what I've decided to change. I just wanted to do the first one, you know, and just do it. And so now I got, you know, working with great musicians, you know. I have a violin player, Charlotte, that recorded on the
You
album.
have a violent player?
A violent
Oh,
violin. She's a
okay.
violent violin player. She is. She's amazing. And then my good friend Betty Lee's recorded flute on there, and so tuba, bass, and I have an EP coming out.
Well, it's
I'm
an
not going to
interesting
commit to a date.
arrangement. I mean, for
Yeah.
a tuba and a violin, and I mean that's cool.
Yeah, just trying to keep it organic, is somewhat organic. You know, just have, you know.
So you're thinking about having Skrillex come and do something on the
Oh
next
yeah,
album then?
yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
No, man.
So what is your songwriting process like?
It depends on the song. Like, there's 3 pretty much different ways I get like a vibe. Like, I'm like, I want to write this story. Blackwater on the Rise is a song about, I went to a cemetery in Tennessee. It was a slave burial ground. It was so creepy. It was terrifying. I mean, it was like, at a moment I had this panic of like humanity, and there's like this big like monument, you know, inscribed, these people were born and raised in captivity and died in captivity, and I was like, oh man. So, you know, I wrote a song about this guy who escaped slavery, and then he goes up to the north and gets to Chicago and, you know, pretty much dies in a poorhouse. And, you know, it's just like, I had written also on like a honky-tonk piano this like riff, and I was singing this song about, you know, the kind of like an underground railroad kind of thing, and then they just came together. So a lot of times, you know, like, I have these ideas, and then I try and come up with any of the instrumentation is going to be reflective of those, you know, kind of like the art song style. You know, you can hear like Paisley, you know, it's about child working on textile factories. So like the whole time it has this motor rhythm of just like processing this, you know, what the textile constant motion of, you know, textile work would be. And, you know, just trying to, you know, lyrics really, but then lyrics kind of demand the style of the song, you know. So
Right,
it
of course.
covers a big variety, which is nice.
Like,
you know?
unless you want to be truly ironic, you're probably not going to put a jaunty,
And
upbeat tune
sometimes-
under that. Or
I
you know.
mean, Keep Calm and Carry On's like that. You know, it's all like Keep Calm. It's all like smooth jazz stuff. But then, you know, but we actually re-recorded. We're gonna do a live version of it, and I recorded it. It's like an indie rock
Okay.
thing now. But it was definitely a very chilled out, like Keep Calm and Carry On, even though it's like every reason why you shouldn't, and just very jazzy and like, you know, just like.
Do you hear that major seventh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. So, that's jazz.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Chris, how do you kind of work into, as a former drummer back in high school, it was a little odd because, you know, the type of song dictates almost what, not exactly what you have to play, but if it's a polka, you kind of got to play a polka beat. If it's rock, it's rock. So how do you kind of put a spin on that? How do you determine not only kind of what kind of song it is, but what kind of beat you're going to put underneath that?
Yeah, I approximate. I sort of, I might refer it to a song I've heard before, you know, and try to match that. But I mean, I don't know. It's also really easy to write parts for her.
Can you
know,
bring
the-
that microphone
Oh.
down? No, just
Oh,
it's
yeah,
right in front of your
sorry.
face, and
I know it's
Go ahead and just like pull it down a little bit.
the black dick. It's just
There you go.
protruding.
There we go.
There you
We
go.
want to see your beautiful face.
Oh,
The audience
that's
paid
my
to see
goodness.
it. And the podcasters
What?
it won't make a
There's
difference
money
at all.
in this?
Oh, really?
Damn it. It's the one secret I'm supposed to keep from my entire staff is that, yeah. But no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So you approximate, or you think about somebody else that's done something kind of like that, and where you want to go with it.
Yeah, I think so. If I examine, but I just sort of, you know, I go by intuition, and you know, it's taken a while for me to get comfortable with the songs, but I think we're at a point where, you know, we're starting
Y'all can
to.
poop in front of each other. You and the songs.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
that
you know,
comfortable?
we can musically poop in front of each other.
Yeah, and we can like now, you know, it's starting to be more of a jam. You know, we get a lot more opportunity to just do like live jams and stuff like that, and just really, you know, see where we can go. You know, he's amazing. Like, I think Chris Holmes is amazing because, you know, I can say,
She does.
hey, this.
I mean,
I'm
I haven't
hey,
broken it to you yet. I'm not-
I'm like, this song's in this kind of style, you know, like, and he, you know, you do it. You know, it's been really awesome to work with Chris and yeah.
Do you ever make him up his game? You're like, no, now you got to add a tambourine into that. You know, do you ever like force stuff on him, or does she ever be like, no,
she'll very tactfully suggest, make
stop
suggestions.
sucking?
Yeah, and I encourage suggestions because I'm sort of, I don't always know what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
and it's her song, so I want to.
You know, it's his ego that's
don't know.
driving me nuts. It's his massive ego that I just can't deal with. There can't be two of us in here, buddy. So,
It's a facade.
Poppy, how did you get into music to begin with?
I started taking piano lessons when I was a little kid and walked down the street, and my neighbor had a piano, and so I would, hey there. So I would play, and then I got a piano in my room, and I just played religiously after that. Like, literally, I would create scenarios where my life would depend on that, you know? Like, in my mind, you know, like, if I don't practice enough, then, like, something horrible is going to happen. Like,
That's
it's
not,
like the Christian
that's not at all
guilt.
how I. Oh,
The
that's
Christian
so
guilt
interesting.
coming into my piano playing throughout my early childhood. But anyway, so, you know, and then I just played classical all through college, and I always loved teaching piano, so I've been teaching piano
Was you were a
since
music
I was
teacher
15.
for a while?
I
weren't you?
was in the public school, and it was just, man, that shit needs some reform.
Yeah, my sister and my brother-in-law are both teachers, and I don't know. First of all, how anybody can do it. It's like how I'm so glad there's other people that want to be doctors, because if everyone was like me, no one would be getting cut open and saved. It wouldn't happen. So I'm so glad there's other people that can do that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's some good things. but
James,
it's-
along with you, I don't understand how
Yeah.
that can happen. Maybe college, I could see that. You know, they're kind of grown up. Plus, I guess you can, no.
It's changing every year.
Every year it's changing, James says.
Yeah.
So, but okay, we won't go off too much on that because
Okay,
we want
yeah,
to keep
yeah,
it upbeat.
please.
Yeah, we already talked about the cemetery of slaves, so I don't think we need to go
Right.
into the reform of American education
Yeah,
system.
we don't
now.
have to do it, man.
So, what's the next on the list here?
So
Heroin,
I have a,
cocaine. I mean, you've done a lot of drugs. So
Yeah.
what's the next one?
Um,
Heroin's good. It gets you high.
Yeah,
I thought there
well,
was
you know,
going to be weed in the green room.
We're gonna go to the green room.
I would have
That's
been
gonna
really
be the
excited.
very
I would
next
I would have been
thing
really
that
excited when you said that had I not already looked in there and
Oh,
clearly saw there's no weed.
So
It's in the egg. It's inside the egg.
what's funny is I've worked at radio stations, and even though we're on the internet, there was way more weed smoking at the radio stations, like legitimate businesses where, you know, inspectors, I guess, could come through and they couldn't talk about it on air or anything, but there would be a line of people standing outside in the park and like get ripped before going back in. I'm like, you know, I had, I was, not that I wasn't unprepared for it, I just wasn't, I was surprised that it was that out in the open.
Right, yeah.
Like nobody at all cared or tried to hide it.
It's crazy, yeah. Hopefully it just keeps happening like that, you know, keep the lines going. But, yeah, so next I have a video coming out, music video for a song on my album called Paisley, and that'll be coming out October 1st is the release for that.
Do we get, let me ask you, can we have first dibs on playing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's here.
So we have an exclusive Fun Time Good
Exclusive.
Show, Poppy Xander exclusive crossover event. This is gonna be awesome.
Cool, man. Hell yeah. And then at some point I'm going to release an EP I recorded at Soundomatic Studios, 6 songs. That'll probably go on an album next summer. And it's just six tracks, 3 from actually that album that I kind of rearranged for more instruments, and then 3 new ones. Sunny is going to be on there, and that music video is going to be great. I'm going to have a big carnival party, and we're all going to...
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a great...
All right, here, I just thought about this. What we need, we've had enough musicians on the show now, Matt. We need to host an event. The Fun Time Good Show presents artists
filming of
artists
Poppy Xander's
artists that
video.
aren't as bad. Yeah, artists that are better than when Dell plays on stage. That can be the name of the event. I mean,
In your garage?
no, why not rent out Curtain Club or something like that, or Liquid Lounge, and
You could have it at that carnival that's on 635 all the time in Valley View Mall.
is
Yeah.
what?
Done.
So many drugs there. I can only imagine it.
And Vin's so terrified they'll be like 40 feet off the ground, like this might be
All right,
the end.
here's what we do. We load each band onto a Ferris wheel, golly, and as it goes around, when it comes up, a band has to play, then it rotates. It's kind of like spin the wheel for music. So that's, okay, here's what we do. We have a wheel, and when we spin it, that artist has to get up and play a song. Then get off the stage, we spin it again, and that way, who knows
And it
what
has
order
to-
of the show.
Like, we have to have like tiny instruments.
Well,
So,
yeah.
like, everybody has to have
I'm
like,
sorry, was that not a
glockenspiel.
given? I'm sorry, everyone.
Duh.
I assumed we'd all be
Ukuleles.
playing on tiny little instruments. Yeah, I forever wanted to start a tiny band. Pop, you went in on this, where
Yeah.
I want to. It's a ukulele, a harmonica. You know, what are
They
those?
have you seen those tiny harmonicas? they
Yes,
have it?
yeah, yes. You know, they have bass ukuleles. I'm sorry,
8
say it
size
again.
violins. They have 8 size violins.
Oh,
They're
do
like
they?
this big, like child size.
Oh, see, that's perfect. Yeah. We all need to get miniature instruments and play. And the drums can just be castanets in one hand and a wood block, like one of those
Yeah.
one-hand wood blocks.
More cowbell.
More cowbell. That's right. Thanks a lot. Now I have to pay $35 to SNL. That's a registered
It's
joke.
not walking. I got a fever for more cowbell.
Well, I tell you what, we're closing up on the end of the show. Would you guys like to do another song for us?
Love
Tough
to.
shit. You have to anyway.
yeah, man.
That was a yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Close.
So good. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. So what's the next one gonna be?
This song's called. Well, I re-recorded this one, so this is the new version of it. The new version. Whoa.
Unauthorized playing of a keyboard.
It's called. I've changed the name now to "Don't Under Any Fucking Circumstances."
So it's a new song and a new name, and it's not.
But it's all the
okay.
same words except for the title. It's called
Dude,
"Don't
look
Under."
at this. Copying and pasting on the CD. Copying and pasting words. Like, man, you've got. All right, that's it. Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna rerun the show next week and call it episode 42. That's what we'll do. I'm picking up some trade tips right here from Poppy.
It's totally different, man. It used to be so chill. Whoa, hang on. We just entered the world of the organ. That's not what I meant to do.
Yeah, that's what she said.
So it used to be really chilled out, and I kind of pumped it up. But it's called "Don't Under Any Fucking Circumstances Keep Calm and Carry On" now. Because the point is not to keep calm and carry on. And that was originally, I was
see.
like, that was the name of the song. But yeah, just don't do that. That's...
I think you should release a 2-song EP. One called "Keep Calm and Carry On," do it low key, and then do another and just slap it. Do the
It's gonna
2-song
be-
EP together. It'd be
We're
really
going
cool.
to put it on a 45.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
let's
you go.
do that.
That'd
Sounds
be
like
awesome.
a good idea. All right, man. I'll start this one off, you know?
Hold on, it's just been a while since the audience has seen me, so let me...
Oh, hey.
Hi, I'm still here. It's lovely. All right, now back to Poppy Xander
And
playing.
there goes the audience.
It just dropped 30 people. Okay, there you go. All right, young lady.
All right, here we go. The drones that fight the wars for you, surveillance your activities too. No one will be left uncoded till every thought is noted. Keep your money in Switzerland. The Grand Caymans are a nice time of year. Big bucks to fund the war. Contracts to build bridges. Don't look over here. If they do, pump them with fear. Yeah, keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. People living in poverty can't make ends meet, they can't be seen. 465 an hour in the hole. 725, you're back in control. 30 days to 1 hour pay. Sell yourself for $50 a day. Yeah, keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Buried in debt, there's no way out. You had to have it all, you couldn't go without. Get another job, kiss your family goodbye. 500 billion in advertising. Just put it on credit where credit is due. Interest till you die, incarceration too. Yeah, keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Get high on a sunny day. If you're not careful, they'll put you away. Not for your cancer, not for your fun. Go on drugs, they're taking your freedom. 1.5 million in jail. Unless you're rich and you didn't inhale. Yeah, keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. It's 3 servings of dairy a day. Lithium will make it go away. The sun will give you cancer, better stay inside. What's the life until your brain is fried? The Russians are too far from the moon. What if we all die soon? And while we fight for equality, Monsanto took control of society. I tell you it's downhill from here, unless we overcome fear. So keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming, carry on. Keep coming,